A boy is left alone on the open grassland. No food, no family, no name yet.
This boy will grow up to rule more land than any person in history.
His own people lead him out on the open grassland to die. Somehow, he survives.
Something terrible happens between him and his own half-brother. He is only a teenager.
His name was Temujin. Years later, the world would call him by a different name, Genghis Khan.
Picture cold, open grassland. Wind. No cities. No roads. Just grass for 1,000 miles. This is Mongolia, around the year 1162. A boy is born here. His name is Temujin. His father is a tribal chief, a small leader of a small group. His mother is strong and clever. Her name is Hoelun. For a while, life is normal. Temujin has brothers. He has a future ahead of him. Then, everything changes. Temujin is only 9 years old. His father is poisoned by men from a rival clan and does not survive the journey home. And just like that, the family loses everything they had. In Mongolia at this time, a family needs a strong leader to survive. Without a father, Temujin's family has no protection, no power, no safety. So the other members of the tribe make a cruel decision. They abandon the family. They leave them out on the open grassland, completely alone. No food, no animals, no one to help them. This is how the future ruler of the largest empire in history begins his life. Temujin's mother refuses to let her children die. She digs up roots from the ground. She catches small fish from the river. Slowly, painfully, the family survives the cold and the hunger. Years pass. Temujin grows taller, stronger, angrier. He has learned something most children never have to learn this young. The world will not protect you. You must protect yourself. One day, an argument breaks out between Temujin and his older half-brother, Borte. The fight is over food, over a fish that one of them caught. It seems small, but it isn't small at all. The argument turns violent. His half-brother does not survive it. He is only a teenager when this happens. His own mother is horrified. But Temujin doesn't apologize. From this moment, Temujin is the head of his small, broken family. But danger isn't finished with him yet. A rival clan, the same one connected to his father's old enemies, captures him. They put a wooden collar around his neck, like a prisoner. For a while, the boy who will one day rule the world lives as a slave. But Temujin doesn't accept this. He watches. He waits. He plans his escape. One night, he runs. He hides in a river, breathing through a hollow piece of wood. His enemies search the riverbank. They walk right past him. He stays still. He stays quiet. And somehow, he survives. This becomes the pattern of Temujin's early life. Lose everything, almost die, survive anyway, and come back harder than before. At 16, Temujin marries a young woman named Borte. This marriage was arranged years earlier, back when his father was still alive. For a short time, things finally look hopeful for him. But then a rival tribe called the Merkits attacks his camp. They kidnap Borte and take her away. Temujin is furious. This time, he doesn't face the world alone. He builds alliances with two powerful men, Jamuka and Togrul. Together, their combined forces attack the Merkits and rescue Borte. This rescue changes everything for Temujin. It is the first time he leads other men into real battle. People notice him now. He is not just a survivor anymore. He is a leader. Slowly, warriors start gathering around Temujin. Some join him out of loyalty. Some join him simply because they fear him. But Temujin does something unusual for his time and place. He chooses his commanders based on skill and loyalty, not family bloodline. If a soldier is talented, Temujin promotes him, even if that man once fought for an enemy. This single decision makes his army completely different from anyone else's. A more loyal army, a more disciplined army, an army built on merit, not birth. Genghis Khan also reorganizes his entire army in a new way. He breaks the old tribal groups apart and builds units of exactly 10 soldiers. 10 of those units form a group of 100. 10 of those form 1,000. This makes his army easy to control, even across huge distances. One by one, Temujin starts defeating the other tribes of Mongolia. The Tatars, the Karyid, the Naimans. Tribe after tribe falls to him. Some of these same tribes had killed members of his own family years earlier. For Temujin, this war is not only about power, it is personal. Along the way, his old ally Jamuka becomes his rival instead. Once close friends, they now fight on opposite sides of the same grassland. In the end, only one of them can lead Mongolia. By the year 1206, Temujin has done something no one in Mongolia has ever done before. He has united every major tribe of the steppe into a single nation. The leaders of Mongolia gather together at a great meeting. They give Temujin a new name, not Temujin anymore. They call him Genghis Khan. It means something like universal ruler. Think about that for a moment. The boy who was abandoned on the grassland, with no food and no family, now rules an entire people. But Genghis Khan does not stop here. Mongolia is only the beginning for him. He looks south now, toward the rich kingdoms of China. Two powerful kingdoms stand in his way, the Shisha and the much larger Jin dynasty. Most armies at this time fight on foot, slowly, with heavy equipment. The Mongols are different. They are nomads. They have lived on horseback since childhood. This gives Genghis Khan a massive advantage. His army can move faster than anyone expects. In 1209, Genghis Khan attacks the Shisha kingdom. After a hard fight, their ruler surrenders and agrees to pay tribute. A few years later, Genghis Khan turns his attention to the Jin dynasty. The Jin rule one of the richest, most advanced kingdoms in the entire world. His soldiers use clever tricks to win, fake retreats that lure enemies into traps, hidden archers, spies placed quietly inside enemy cities, gathering information before any battle even starts. City after city falls to the Mongols. By 1215, Genghis Khan's army has captured Zhengdu, the Jin capital, which today we call Beijing. Genghis Khan is becoming one of the most feared men alive. But here's something most people get wrong about him. He isn't only a warrior obsessed with destruction. Inside his new empire, he starts building something more lasting. Around this same time, a defeated rival named Kuchlug flees west. He takes control of a kingdom called Kara-Katai, far from Mongolia. Genghis Khan cannot simply let an old enemy rebuild his power somewhere else. He sends one of his best generals, Jibei, to hunt Kuchlug down. Jibei defeats Kuchlug's forces and frees the local people from his harsh rule. Kuchlug runs again, but this time there is nowhere left to hide. He is captured and his story ends there. Another old threat to Genghis Khan disappears for good. He adopts a writing system for the Mongolian language since his people never had one before. For the first time, Mongol laws and messages can be written down and kept. Then, in 1218, something happens that will change the entire direction of his empire. Genghis Khan sends a peaceful group of traders to a kingdom called Khwarazm, far to the west. He wants peace and open trade with them, nothing more. But the ruler of Khwarazm makes a fatal decision. He has the traders killed and seizes their goods. Genghis Khan, still hoping for peace, sends a messenger to demand an explanation. The Khwarazm ruler has that messenger killed too. For Genghis Khan, this isn't just an insult, it is a declaration of war. He turns his entire army west, away from China, straight toward Khwarazm. What follows is some of the fastest, most destructive warfare the world had ever seen up to that point. Entire cities resist him and are destroyed within days. Other cities surrender immediately, hoping to avoid the same fate. Cities like Bukhara and Samarkand, once busy centers of trade and learning, are devastated. Survivors from this war describe a level of destruction they had never seen before. Historians still debate exactly how many people died during these campaigns. Old chronicles sometimes give enormous numbers, but many modern historians think those numbers were exaggerated even at the time. What almost everyone agrees on is this: it was one of the most violent conquests in history. Within just a few years, the once powerful Khwarazm Empire completely collapses. Genghis Khan now controls land stretching from northern China all the way to the edge of Europe. This is one of the largest empires any single person had ever controlled. And yet, his story is not only about conquest. Inside his empire, Genghis Khan creates one of the first long-distance postal systems in history. Riders on fast horses can carry messages across thousands of miles in record time. He also creates a legal code known as the Yasa. It bans things like kidnapping women, stealing livestock, and fighting between Mongol tribes. He allows people of every religion to worship freely across his territory. Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, and many others all live under his rule without persecution. For a man known mainly for war, this surprises a lot of historians today. Trade routes across Asia become safer than they had ever been before. Goods, ideas, and people now move easily from China all the way to Europe. Historians later give this period of relative peace a name: the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol Peace. But Genghis Khan himself never truly slows down. He is always planning the next campaign. In 1227, while fighting yet another battle against the Shisha, his health suddenly fails. Historians still aren't completely sure how he died. Some say he fell from his horse while hunting. Others believe it was a serious illness. Before his death, Genghis Khan plans carefully for what comes next. He divides his massive empire among his sons so that no single death can destroy everything he built. His sons and grandsons go on to expand the empire even further. Eventually, the Mongol Empire stretches deep into Europe, becoming the largest connected land empire in history. And here is something genuinely strange about his story. To this day, nobody knows exactly where Genghis Khan is buried. According to legend, his followers hid the location on purpose. Some stories say a river was even redirected to flow over the grave to hide it forever. Modern explorers and historians have searched for centuries. His final resting place has never been found. Think back to where this story started. A boy, alone, with nothing. No food, no family, no protection from anyone. That same boy became the ruler of the largest land empire the world has ever known. From nothing to everything. And somewhere in Mongolia, his grave is still waiting to be discovered. So here's a question for you. If you could ask Genghis Khan one thing, what would you ask him? Write your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. I'm John. Thank you for learning English with me today. See you in the next story.